Hello dear students, how are you all? For the last few months, we are staying inside our home for our safety. This novel COVID-19 disrupted our academic year, but no worries. We will help you in continuing your studies with the help of the technology, the web-based classes. I'll teach you English language and will try to make you understand the concepts thoroughly. Let's start the first video lesson with the topic, the phrases. All of you have studied the topic in your previous class, that is your class 7th. All are aware about the word phrase. In this class, we'll study about what is phrase, what are its kinds, and how will you identify the kind of phrases in a sentence. Now the first thing is, a phrase may be two or more words that together make up a part of a sentence. We can also say that without a sentence, this group of words doesn't make complete sense, as a sentence has a subject and a finite verb and the remaining part of the sentence. Here, without a finite verb, a sentence doesn't make sense, so it may be called as a phrase. Let's understand phrase with the help of an example. If I say, the big blue balloon. Now here we have 4 words, the, big, blue and balloon. The stands as an article, big stands as an adjective, blue also stands as an adjective, and balloon stands for noun. It doesn't make complete sense because it doesn't have a finite verb. Hope you understood what is phrase. Now let us move on to the other step, that is, what are the kinds of phrases? We will study all the 5 phrases in a detailed manner. There are 5 different kinds of phrases, and they are, first one is the noun phrase, second one is the verb phrase, third one is adjective phrase, fourth one is an adverb phrase, and fifth one is the prepositional phrase. All these 5 phrases we'll be studying, and after that you will be able to identify the types of phrases in a sentence. Hope everything is clear till here. Till now we have studied what is phrase. As I told you, a phrase is a group of words which doesn't have a finite verb and it doesn't make complete sense without the other part of a sentence. Then I told you there are 5 kinds of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, verb phrase, and prepositional phrase. Let's see a noun phrase. A noun phrase is made up of a head noun or pronoun and other modifiers before or after it. It acts as the subject or the object of the verb. Now let's understand what is this. A noun phrase, it is made up of the head noun and it has other modifiers like other words. You can say adjective, article, or any other word in front of that. This is what noun phrase is. Now let's understand with the help of an example. My new pair of jeans is very comfortable. Now here we have a group of words like my new pair of jeans is very comfortable. This is a meaningful sentence, and all of you know that which is the finite verb in the sentence? Is the finite verb. And the previous part of the sentence is my new pair of jeans. my new pair of jeans is working as a subject in a sentence. So here in the previous explanation it was being said that the noun phrase works as a subject or an object of the verb. So now here my new pair of jeans is working as a subject of a verb. So here the head noun is jeans and the other modifiers are my new pair. Let us look at the second example. We have adopted a small black puppy. Now here we is the subject, have adopted is the verb, and the other part of the sentence is a small black puppy. Now here this is a group of words in which puppy is the head noun and the remaining words are the modifier of that head noun, like a small black. These are the modifiers. And it is just after the verb, so you can say that this group of words are working as an object in a sentence. So it is clear if the group of words, when it has a head noun and it works as a subject or it works as an object of a verb, then it will be called as a noun phrase. Adjective phrase is a group of words that functions as an adjective and modifies a noun or a noun phrase or a pronoun in a sentence. Now let's understand this sentence according to the example. If I say, we placed an order for some cheesy pizzas. Now here we have adjective phrase and the adjective phrase is some cheesy pizzas. Here we have some cheesy pizzas. In this phrase, some is the head adjective and it is describing, or you can say it is talking about pizza. Pizzas are being described, that some cheesy pizzas. They have placed an order, or we can say we have placed an order for some cheesy pizzas. So what is the first line given in the definition of adjective phrase? That an adjective phrase is a group of words that functions as an adjective. It will be functioning or it will be working as an adjective phrase and it will modify a noun. Now here is it clear that in this particular sentence, some cheesy is modifying the noun pizza. Did you understand? I think so. You might have understood this. Then these three words together make an adjective phrase. Some cheesy pizza. Now let's see how it is going to modify a pronoun in a sentence. An example is, he was thin, tall and grumpy. Now a person is there, you can say a man or a boy, and how he is being described, he was thin, tall and grumpy. In this particular phrase, adjective phrase, tall, thin and grumpy is the adjective phrase. With the head adjective, you can say thin, tall and grumpy, and this is modifying the pronoun he, because he is being described here in what manner? That he was thin, tall and grumpy. Now let's see the next example. The documentary film was terribly boring. Here description of a documentary film is given, how it was. It was terribly boring. Boring is the head adjective and the describing words are terribly boring for the documentary film. Hope you understood what is adjective phrase. Once again, I'll tell you, don't get confused between adjective phrase and noun phrase. In noun phrase, it has a noun, head noun, and in an adjective phrase, it has an head adjective in it. And it will function as an adjective, and noun phrase will function as a noun in a sentence. Then let's move on to the next kind, that is verb phrase. This particular phrase is very easy to identify As let me tell you what are verb phrase. A verb may appear alone in a sentence. Alone means it might be single in a sentence, or it may be a main verb along with any modal or any auxiliary, or you can also say helping verb in a sentence. Always you have to remember that the main verb will be it will be placed last in the verb phrase, and it will be presiding with the helping verb. The main verb is always placed last in the verb phrase. Let's see an example. We can decide today itself about the posting. Now here we have two verbs. Those verbs are can decide. Can is an auxiliary, can is a modal verb, and decide is the main verb. So you can say here, which is the verb phrase, can decide. Then we have next example. They would have cleared the traffic by now. Now here we have three verbs. Would have cleared. So would, have, these are the helping verbs, and cleared is the main verb. Then next example is they have been listening to music since evening. Here too we have three verbs. Have been listening. Have been are the helping verbs, and listening is the main verb in a sentence. In today's class, I have taught you three kinds of verbs. First one is noun phrase, second one is adjective phrase, and the third one is verb phrase. Hope you understood all these three kinds of phrases. I hope that you will not commit any mistakes, and there are in between two exercises which we left, that is exercise number B and exercise number C. Along with exercise A, you have to solve B and C too. In these two exercises, in B1 you have to identify an adjective phrase in that, and in C1 you have to identify, or you can also say that you have to underline verb phrases in these examples.
The remaining topics are adverb phrase and prepositional phrase, and that will be the second part for chapter number 1, and we will continue it in part 2.
Today, this will be the end of the video, and stay home and stay safe. Thank you so much.